Welcome back. So that's my third video in my Flip Cup monochrome I manage series, inspired by Ben from Art Less Ordinary. So this time I am doing greens, as you can see. So I have some titanium white from Montmartre, which is an opaque. My next colour is the sap green from Montmartre. So on its own, it's pretty boring, I find personally. However, next to brighter colours, it's always lovely and works well. So that's the sap green from Montmartre. My next colour is actually a turquoise, and I find that the turquoise goes with everything. You can have it with some greens, with some blues, pinks, yellows, oranges, whatever. It's kind of a go everywhere, use all the time colour for me. I'm absolutely obsessed with turquoise. And because it's neither blue nor green, I thought I could fit it in with these colours. Just try to bring some brighter colours up next to the sap green. My next colour, it's a very bright green yet again. So there's the consistency, quite thick. And that's the Montmartre light green. I have no idea if this one is semi-transparent or opaque. I'm not sure, there's nothing on the bottle. And last colour is the Viridian. So there again, a Montmartre, and that's an opaque as well. Okay, so oh, there's a torch. I made my consistency slightly thinner, you may notice, compared to the previous two, so the purple and the blue pours that I did. I just want to see if I could get more cells but smaller, without having to basically get the torch right on top of the paint, because for my last two monochrome of the series, I've got lovely cells, you know, I'm happy, I'm not complaining, but they are quite big and they're not everywhere. So I just want to see if I could get a bit more. So it's slightly thinner. I just thought, you know, if the paint is a bit thinner, there might be more chances for the silicone and the paint to go up and create some rings, but more of them. So I'm going to use some silicone oil. So that's my standard treadmill silicone oil. And I'm going to put, because I've got pretty full cups, because I've got an extra colour compared to last time, I only mixed 75 grams of paint and 75 grams of my pouring medium. So I've got 150 grams in each cup. I didn't want to do 200 grams because then I would have too much paint for the 3 cups. So I'm only putting 3 drops of silicone in each cup. So I just need to stir it quite thoroughly. I don't want to beat it because I don't want to introduce air to my mix, but it still needs to be stirred properly. It's lovely and creamy. That's why I really like the Montmartre paints. They are so creamy. There we go. So that one, and let's reach out for the Viridian. So hopefully it will work. I think all the colours, maybe apart from this one, are kind of opaque. So I've got no idea if I'm going to get any cells. But in the greens, I'm quite limited. I mean, I do have loads of like metallics and, you know, fancy iridescent greens. But like plain, basic, traditional greens, I haven't got that many. So that's the colours I went with. Let me just move the next to me. So I had to go with these. No choice there. But I think they are virtually all opaque. But we'll see. I did put some silicone in there. So I'm just hoping that that will be enough. So I'm starting layering. So there's my white first at the bottom. There's no rule, you don't have to start with white. It's kind of a habit. Sometimes I start with other colours, you know, it really depends on the the colours that I've got, and playing with the not consistency, opacity, sorry. So is it semi-transparent, opaque, transparent colour? So what I've got, but as I said, these are all opaque, so it wouldn't make any difference. But do try to put as your first colour an opaque colour, because it will sink at the bottom of your puddle on the canvas, and then the silicone and the transparent, semi-transparent colours will come through and bring the rings with them. So that's the idea anyway. And I must say, it does, I think it does work. So okay, so we've done our first layer, going back to some whites now. So I think once again I'm going to have 3 layers, because I've got less paint. I just need to make them slightly thinner, not thinner, but you know, yeah, layer slightly thinner than last time. Just to make sure I've got enough for my 3rd layer. I can't just put 2 because it wouldn't be enough paint to cover my canvas. So there's the light green, because I was between 2 minds to actually add the yellow to this pot, and then I remembered I had that green, and I thought, well, that's ideal, because I wanted something bright kind of, and there's a lot of yellow in that light green. So it says me using yellow, so I think I'll be able to do actually one of the paintings mainly with yellows and oranges. So I can use the actual yellows and oranges that I've got for a separate pour rather than adding yellow to these greens. Well, it makes sense in my head. I hope it makes sense to you as well. So so that's the last layer, 3rd and last layer. So let me just move the white out of the way. So that's done. Then we have the sap green. So same thing, 3rd layer, just enough paint. Oh, in the middle a bit less. Let's cover you up. I'm splattering everywhere. You're right, messy moo. Look at that. Okay. Next one is my lovely turquoise. Okay, same thing, just go at the bottom. I'm just thinking I had bits in my last couple of paintings, but I did leave my tweezers next to the next to my paint, so that's fine. I'm okay, I'm covered. Got my gloves. Need a checklist every time I start a new pour. Okay, bright, very bright green. So I hope they do work well together. I really do. There's the Viridian, which is, that Viridian is nearly like a dark turquoise, you know. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually loads of blue in it. So it's not really just a dark green like the sap green that I've got. It's, I don't know to, I'll find that there's a lot of blue in it. Or anyway, that's in that brand, you know, of Virgin Blue. Some Virgin blue, Virgin green. I've had some Viridian in, or from other brands, and they were definitely greener. Makes sense, and darker. So I think it's just a more marked one. Right, so let's flip that, and I can just continue going on about my colours. If I do talk too much, please do let me know. If you'd rather have music or something rather than me waffling on in the background. So let's just move the cups out of the way. So I didn't flip that one very well because half of it went on the side, but never mind. As long as it's ending up on the canvas, I'm happy. Let's move this a little bit. couple of tiny weeny sails there. That's not bad. Come on. Oh, sounds fairly hollow already. Not this one. So because I've got quite a lot of paint, I think I'm going to torch again straight away. Obviously, depending on the dragon goes, but I did get better sails with the blue when I actually torched immediately. And I think I've got the same quantity of paint on this one. That's better. Right, let's do this. Okay, that's my corner. Stripies coming up. Doesn't matter. We're going to use them on the side, corner, edges, anywhere but in the middle, basically. So let's cover. Oh, there's loads left in that one. Okay. Oh, I've got a tiny blue one there. What, tiny blue sail? Why do I have some sort of yellowish one? Maybe the white mixed up with the light green, and it's kind of giving that yellow colouring. Let's just see. We'll be able to see better once we make it larger by stretching it all over the canvas. Okay, so yeah, I have plenty of paint, you know, and it is not wasted, believe me. If you watch quite a few of my videos where the flip cups, you know why I put that much on the surface. And actually scoop everything that falls, I scoop and I saved, and I use as a flow enhancer on my straight pour, so I don't waste any paint. Okay, so let's torch. So I've got as much space as my blue pour, so let's go for it. So nice and high. Let's go over, we'll take our time. Just go over everything. We've got our time, see what pops up where. And then that will help with deciding on the composition, see what we keep, what we can get rid of. Quite a lot of stress happening. Oh, okay, I'm a bit close. Let's just lift a little bit up. I can always add cells, but I can't remove them, really. Too close. But now I've done it for this half, I need to do it for the other half as well. Oh my goodness. How can they get so different? So I do have, to be honest, I do have what I was looking for, loads of smaller cells. So we just need to wait a minute until they kind of pop up and start to grow, and I can see where they are, where they want to go, and where I can tip. So obviously I need to tip all four corners. I need to fill this gap, fill these two gaps, and take it from there. So I do have my dark sap green, I do have the very light green. I've got some light green mixed with the yellow, which is giving a kind of a yellow colour, white, sorry, giving a yellow colour. So far so good. Quite a few turquoise that look very blue actually against these other colours. It's nice and different. That's what we want. Right, let's start tilting then. Okay, so I'm just going to move from left to right and go and cover, that's it, the gap over there, over that corner, over this corner. Done, and we come back the way we came. So That's it, that's in the middle. Let me just turn it around so at least you can see what's going on. I've got to be careful, it starts to overstretch on this side, but obviously I do need to cover these two. So hopefully should be, maybe I should just take my time a little bit more. Right, okay, let's do it slightly more gently. I was too much in a rush. So left and right, left and right. I go towards the edge that I want to cover. And that's it, gone over, and we'll bring it back exactly the same way that we came. At the same time, it is making my cells bigger because it is stretching the paint. Let me just put them down for a second because they start to get all slippery. Let me just get rid of the, that's it. Right. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. Do not stick. There we go, it did. Just try to always go around your canvas when you've got filthy hands like that. Because if you go over, I mean, I've done it so many times, you go over and one drop falls right in the middle and usually ruins the whole thing. Maybe I'm a bit over the top, not ruining as such, but you know, not what you want it to do. So always make sure that you move your hands around. I'm happy with these two corners, doesn't matter, I don't mind these stripies. So how can I, or which side, I still got a lot of paint on there, okay? So I do want to, I need to stretch, but the other way around, instead of sideways, I need to basically go that way. So I need to kind of sacrifice, if I can put it that way, either this side or that side. And I'm thinking, I do like the brightness of the white on this half, so I think I'm going to go and tip that way. So let me just turn it around. Do not drop it. Oh, you did the previous one. Hang on to it very tightly underneath. Just I do need to get rid, oh it's slippery, of some of the paint. Now I can get rid back. And the only reason I need to get rid of some of the paints that if I leave it on, it will basically it's going to make the painting, or the paint rather, crack. Oh, I need to put it down for a second. Okay, so I've got rid of the majority of this. I just want to bring it back a little bit. So let me turn it around. So, sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Okay, let's just bring it back towards there. I still haven't got the small ones. But I do have to move the paint around, so I will always have larger cells. So unless I move the paint around and I only torch right at the end, like let's say about now, and then I will get loads of smaller ones, I guess. That is an educated guess. I will have to think about it and do some trials. It's a bit like a reptile eye looking at me there. Okay. I think the amount of paint on there is okay. I should be safe for cracks. So let me just wipe this there. So definitely going to torch it a little bit. I've got quite a few air bubbles. I've only just mixed my pouring medium, so quite a lot of bubbles moisture in there. I didn't let it rest overnight as I should have, but I was just too excited and wanted to try that green composition. So let's torch. Let's have a look. Still air bubbles popping. too close. Well, I'll try not to. I think they have all popped. So let's see. Got a few small ones coming there. I feel like I want to torch closer in that area just to get loads of smaller ones like I've got there. So I've still got some negative space here and there, so it won't be like just cells all over. But I think it might be nice. And he might have had a few sins with those like caterpillars that were overstretched. And that one. Oh, let's try. Come on. I'm really tempting fate there, but I have to. Because I don't know how else I can get loads of small cells. I like it better. Definitely do. Can I stretch them? I don't know if I've got enough paint left on the canvas. Let me turn it round because I would get rid of. I'll be more likely to get rid of this side. So let's go over that way. Yeah, there's not enough paint on there. I am really asking for trouble with this one. If it goes wrong, you know, start again. Balloon kiss it, swipe it. There's always a way to make things slightly better. Right. Okay, so that's gone over. Let's see if I can go over the other side. I'm definitely getting less paint now to play with. Just got to take my time. I am rushing and I should not be rushing. This is a game of patience. Right. I think I need to stop. I am wrecking it basically. I lost my reptile eye, sorry, it's gone all wonky. So basically I got rid of my good cells in error. I'm just trying to stretch the less interesting ones, but you know, I made my bed, I sleep in it. Okay. So let me bring it back. The mode's about a third up. That's back in the middle. Let me scoop the underneath, not to lose any more paint. So clearly shouldn't have done that. Let me just remove my gloves before I can torch again because I'm covered in paint. It's clearly easier than what I was hoping for. Definitely no delicate, dreamy cells like Ben's. But yeah, yet again, just reminded me that when, you know, you think, oh, kind of deep down, you know, you should stop, just stop, because I've overworked it. I'll let it sit for a while, see how I feel about it. Let me just bring you in. You know, it's not the end of the world or anything, but clearly compared to the previous ones, it's definitely messier. I mean, the cells are there, the rings are there, several colors, you know. Some areas are really, really nice. That's really pretty. These ones are really pretty as well. You know, I should not complain at all, but I overworked it and it kind of ruined it. I really like the, you know, the white with the turquoise and the green, and that works kind of well together. But yeah, next time I've got to leave it alone a bit. Yeah, definitely leave it alone. Right, I hope you learned something. Thank you ever so much for your time, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.